Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Curtis, and today I'm going to do a review for The Family Business, Season 6, Episode 3. So, the episode starts off at Senator Petway's headquarters. We see him, he's walking through, he's happy, he's smiling, he's giggling. He just knows for a fact that he's going to win this election, right? And so, the next thing you know, we see Junior, we see Dominique, we see Antonio, and Petway's like, hey, you should get some celebratory champagne because I know I'm going to win. And so, Junior's like, well, how are you so confident that you are going to win this election? Petway says, one, this is the South. Two, I am currently a senator. And three, I'm a Republican. And I was like, that makes sense to me. While Petway and Junior are having their conversation, one of Petway's campaign staff members that's come over is like, hey, maybe we should wait until we get the results to drink the champagne. Like, we do not want to get ahead of ourselves. We do not want to be too confident just in case, we lose. And Petway's just like, young fella, I'm going to win the election. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Let's just drink up right now. The staff member is still trying to have a conversation with Petway, like, hey, maybe we need to relax. But Petway, he's not trying to hear it. So he's like, you know what? I need to go work the room, so let me just walk around. And as he's getting ready to start walking around, they notice that the results are getting ready to come in. So he's like, hey, wait. They're actually getting ready to read the results. And so the person on the news does read the results, and it turns out that Petway did lose. Now, as far as with the election results, I just want to go over that really quickly. And I'm going to look directly at my notes because there was a discrepancy that I feel like we need to talk about. All right, so when it comes to the results, Dawson, who was Petway's opponent, received 102,115,348 votes. Petway only received 1 million votes, yet Dawson won by having 49% of the votes. I'm going to assume that was an editing error, but that is very weird to me. After we learn of the election results, they end up flashing over to Dawson's headquarters, and we see Dawson. Of course, he gives a speech. But after he gives a speech, we see that LC is there, and we also see that Charlotte is there. And so once Petway sees LC, he's like, what the hell is he doing there? And so it's at this time that Petway decides, you know what, I'm going to get revenge on him. And he goes to somebody and says, listen, I want to know what's going on with this election, like how this happened. But also when it comes to LC, I want to know his involvement. And I want you to figure this out by any means necessary. So anything you have to do to LC to get this information, do it. And of course, Junior is just looking like, oh, this isn't good. In the next scene, we see Paris. She is sitting down, she's watching TV, and she's watching one of those like sports talk shows. And the person that's hosting is actually interviewing Titan. That's the person that's going to be facing Bobby for his last match. And when it comes to Titan, y'all, Titan has that crazy look in his eyes. Like, I feel like the ultimate goal for Titan is to kill Bobby. Like, I do not feel like he just wants to fight him a little bit. I feel like he really wants to harm him and put him in a situation in which he can die, or put him in a situation in which he'll be paralyzed or he'll be injured for the rest of his life. Like, I'm not sure that Bobby really needs to get into the ring with this man. I get the motivation. This is your last match. I get that there is a $100 million purse on the line, but I don't really think this is a good idea. After this, we see Curtis and we see Nefertiti. They are in the bed, and I was looking at Nefertiti, and I was just like, wow, she is beautiful. Like, that woman is stunning. She is beautiful. Curtis asks her, how are you doing in regards to her father passing? And she says, well, while I am sad that he is no longer here, he is no longer on this earth, I believe that Allah does not make any mistakes, so I just have to go with that. Curtis is just like, wow, you were holding up better than most. And she says, well, I'm not necessarily a stranger to grief because my husband actually passed 6 months ago. Curtis is like, yeah, I heard about that. And she's like, well, when it comes to my husband, I'm no longer in the mourning stages. So I feel like you and I should have a conversation about us getting together and being in a real relationship. He tells her that he is not necessarily in a place in his life to be in a committed relationship. And she's like, well, is there another woman? He was like, no, it's not about there being another woman. It's just about the fact I need to focus on the family business. She tells him that she thought that this would be the time that they will be able to be together. He says, you know what, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There will never be a time in which we'll be together. And I say, God damn, I would have swung. Like, me personally, I would have swung because who the fuck are you playing with? So she's just sitting there like, wow. And then he was like, you know what, I need a favor for you as a parting gift. And she was like, are you fucking serious right now? He was like, yes, I need a favor for him. She's like, I'm not doing shit for you. He was like, listen, I need a favor. She's like, what do you need? He was like, I need you to have a conversation with Elijah. Nefertiti is just like, for what? He was like, I need you to ask Elijah to spare Junior because Junior was not the person who did it. I can tell you for sure he is not the one who did it. So she's like, well, you were talking as if you know who actually did it. And he was like, I do. So she was like, well, who did it? And he was like, it was either my Aunt Donna or it was Dominique. But I can say right now, it definitely wasn't Junior. All right, y'all. So there were a couple of quick scenes after this. So as you all know, I try to group them together just to make it easy to talk about. In the first scene, Petway tells Donna, Dominique, and Antonio that he wants to get revenge on LC. And essentially what he wants to do is he wants to get LC back down to the south so that way that his people can drum up some fake charges. They could put him in jail so he doesn't affect anything going forward. Dominique says that she can do it, but it is going to come at a cost. And so Petway actually gives her his share of the heist money. So they all receive $10 million. And so he actually gives her his share. And she says, you know what? I'll take care of it. I will handle it. Don't worry about it. In the second scene, Paris is able to convince Rio to help her break into Bobby's house. And when they get into the house, Paris, she swaps out these teddy bears. So the teddy bear that she has a camera inside of it. And then there's one that's similar inside of Bobby's house. So she just swaps them out. And also, she takes some panties and she puts it underneath his sheets because she knows that Bobby's going to be there soon, and also his girlfriend's going to be there. So she wants his girlfriend to look under the covers, under the sheets, and find the panties. And as far as like the bear is concerned, there's a camera in there, so she's just going to watch everything happen because she's petty. And I'll skip ahead really quickly on the scene. So, as far as with his girlfriend, her name is Karen, that's Black China's character. She does find the panties, they do get into an argument, and she does leave. And Paris, of course, is very happy. In the third scene, Sonya visits Charlotte to one, check on Orlando's son, because remember, he's in the hospital, he's not really doing that good. Two, to let her know that she's having a girl. And three, to try to convince her to have a conversation with Junior to try to end all of this mess. Charlotte tells her that Junior is not going to listen to her. And so Sonya actually takes her hand and puts it on her stomach, and she's just like, please, it's not just for me, it's not just for Junior, it's for the baby. And she's like, listen to me, Junior has done too much damage, there's nothing I can do. In the fourth scene, LC reveals to Vegas and to the sheriff that he actually paid 15,000 people to register as Republicans for the primary election because he knew with these additional 15,000 people that the Republican Party, and as far as the Petway, they would believe that this was a shoo-in, that this was going to be like a landslide. And because of that, some of the people who would have came to vote for him did not come because they felt like it was just going to be a landslide victory. I thought that was very clever. After this, we see Junior, we see Donna, they're sitting down having a conversation. And then the next thing you know, we see Charlotte and we see London, they walk over. And so Junior's just like, what are you doing here? Charlotte's like, I need to have a conversation with you. And Donna's like, anything you have to say to my son, you can say in front of me. Charlotte tells her that she has been itching. She has been itching, y'all. She's been itching to whoop Donna's ass again. So she needs to do that in order to talk to her son in private. She would do that. Donna says, listen, I'm not the same Donna that you knew from back in the day. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up. She calls her a bitch. And then she actually reaches into her purse to get her gun. I was like, whoa. Junior jumps in between them. It's like, listen, you two need to relax. He looks over at Donna like, listen to me. We have to calm down. We are at a club. Remember, we're supposed to be doing legitimate business. We cannot be pulling out guns and shooting people. Like, what is wrong with you? And so he's like, listen to me. I'm just going to go to the side. I'm going to have a conversation with Charlotte. It'll be over real quick, I promise. She's like, okay, I'll be here if you need me. Junior and Charlotte go to a different area of the club, and Junior's just like, look, if you came here to try to convince me and Sonya to move back into the house, you wasted this trip. And she was like, listen, don't flatter yourself. You will never be in my house, especially after you stole that fucking truck. Junior, looking just as guilty as possible, is like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, wow. So not only are you a thief, you are also a liar. And he's like, okay, what did you come down here for? Like, why are you here? Like, what do you want? She was like, well, I actually came to warn you. He was like, warn me about what? She was like, warn you that Elijah and his people are coming after you to retaliate for the killing of the minister. Junior's just like, for what? I did not have anything to do with this. I did not authorize it. I'm not the person who pulled the trigger. Like, why would he be coming after me? And she was like, it doesn't matter if you were the person who pulled the trigger or not. What matters is that somebody from your alliance gave the authorization to have the minister killed. You are the leader of the alliance, right? So therefore, Elijah's going to be coming after you. And he's like, this is some bullshit. And she was like, listen, I'm not sure if you are telling the truth or not when it comes to this minister situation, but what I do know is that you did have some involvement when it came to that truck. Alright, y'all, so the episode ended with two fairly quick scenes, so once again, I'm going to group them together just to make it easier to talk about. In the first scene, Junior and Sonya, they're having a conversation about Charlotte, but the main topic was about the brotherhood, about Elijah. And so Sonya's just like, I feel like you need to have a conversation with Elijah to explain yourself, to let him know that you did not have any type of involvement. And he's like, I don't really feel like that's a good idea. Like, what is that going to solve? Like, he already believes I killed the minister. Me going directly to him may not be the best idea. And so she does kind of similar to what she did with Charlotte. She takes his hand, puts it on her stomach, and she's like, "It's not just about me, it's about the baby. If Elijah has a target on you, that means that he may have a target on me, which means that he will have a target on the baby. Like, we have to make sure we protect everybody. You have to remember that you have a baby on the way. It's not just about you anymore. It's not just about me, it's about the baby." And this seems to kind of convince him to kind of look into talking to Elijah. He doesn't give her a firm yes, but it does appear like he may have a conversation with him. And also, within that scene, Junior and Donna, they were having a conversation. Donna was telling Junior that she was going on a date. He was saying that he believes that he may know the person that she's dating. And she says, "Yes, you do know that person. That's why I'm not going to tell you who he is." And I bring that up because in the next scene, we see that Donna and Antonio, they are together in the car. And Antonio says that their reservations are 8 o'clock. So I'm just trying to figure out, was he the person that she was speaking to in last week's episode? And the reason why I'm confused is because later on within the scene, they do end up kissing. And they both kind of had this, I didn't really want to do this. I just had to do it. Like, you're not my type or whatever. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, who was she talking to in the previous episode? And going back to the kiss that Antonio and Donna had, the reason why Donna actually kissed him was because Vegas and Kendra. So remember in the previous episode, they were at the funeral and the woman, she walked up to Vegas like, "Hey, we went to school together." And she was like very like aggressive. She wanted to be with him. So those two were actually in the car next to Donna and Antonio. And so Donna actually saw Vegas. So she was like, "Give me a kiss, give me a kiss." So she grabbed him in hopes that Vegas wouldn't see her. And so that's the reason why they actually kissed. And the reason why Donna did not want Vegas to see her and Antonio, outside of the height situation, of course, is because they actually have a plan. So when it comes to Donna, Antonio, the rest of the alliance, they have a plan. And the plan is to basically kidnap Vegas, take him to the south, let LC know so LC can come to the south, Petway and his people, they can drum up some fake charges, and they can put LC in jail. But unfortunately, this plan falls apart really quickly because once Vegas and Kendra get to their location, they get out of the car. The people from the Alliance, they begin to approach them. So Vegas is just like, "Hey, Kendra, just step to the side real quick. Let me just have a conversation with them." And that conversation turns into an ass whooping. So as you all know, the person who plays Vegas, he's actually into martial arts. So I wasn't really surprised that he was whooping ass and taking names. But as he is beating them up, he does end up taking out a gun. But as he is beating them up, Dominique actually grabs Kendra, put a gun to her head, and says, "Hey, Vegas, put the gun down or I'm going to kill her." And then next thing you know, out of nowhere, Dominique is shot. So we can kind of see her in the scope from above. So I was like, what exactly is going on here? But a sniper shot her and she ended up dying. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So of course Vegas and Kendra, they are able to get away. And as they are getting away, Antonio and Donna actually pull up. And so Antonio, of course, sees Dominique. She's on the ground. She's bleeding out. And he's just like, "Somebody do something. Somebody call the police." And I was just like, who the hell shot her? I want to thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could, please like, comment, share, subscribe. That would be great. Hope you all have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. Bye.